Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dee. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you back. Today will be a divine love message. All my readings are timeless. It could be past, present, or future. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Do not try to force the story to fit your narrative, okay? If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all the information is in the description box below, okay? So the main downloads that I heard were building your empire, which love it. And then I heard spirit baby. So take that if it resonates with you. I didn't really get anything other than spirit baby. And you guys know, like, if you follow me, if you've been watching this channel for a minute, you know I'm heavily inspired by Christian U, DPR Ian, and his song Welcome to the Other Side was like ringing in my head, but it was like a specific part where he says 2 minutes after midnight, and he repeats that line a few times in the song. I don't know if you're going to get some type of confirmation. I don't know if you're going to like wake up from your sleep after midnight. You're going to get some type of confirmation dream. You're going to get like a message or just like an intuitive download. Just make sure you have like your dream journal or just your journal in general by you. If that's something that will resonate with you, just it feels like you're either going to wake up or you're going to have some realization or like a message is going to come through that gives you confirmation on something. So just like keep that in mind, and if that does happen, please come back, comment down below and let me know if that hit for you, okay? So we're going to get into the energy. I also got like someone wanting to apologize to you, and that was coming out in the general reading that I just did. So if you feel called, check that out. But I feel like someone wants to apologize to you. You might want to apologize to somebody, like if someone was a villain in your story or vice versa. Like if you have a chance to reach out and like talk to them, that energy is there. Or if you just need to do something within yourself to find forgiveness from somebody or whatever it may be, write your own letter. You don't have to send it. Whatever you need to do, that energy is there as well, okay? Let's get into it. Spirit angels, ancestors, guides, we have High Priestess of Fire, number 5. We have Oath, number 49. Why am I hearing, I'm sorry I took so long. Okay. Everything happens in divine time. It's totally fine. Have Focus, number 17. Have Meditation, number 25. That also came out in the general read that I did. Oof. High Priestess of Spirit, number 7. And then we have Lust on the bottom of the deck, number 24. That gives me like a mild devil energy. Look at that. High Priestess of Water on the break. You have Heavy Aries, Leo, Sag, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your chart. Okay. Heavy Taurus energy with High Priestess of Spirit because it gives Hierophant energy to me. Always remember your divine path. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be setbacks, but always remember like what you're here to do, what you're here to accomplish to get you into alignment with your highest frequency. Okay? Where you are right now, and I've been saying this for weeks, is walking with your higher power, walking with God, whatever you believe in. So stay the course because you're exactly where you need to be. You might have things that upset you. You might have things that trigger your ego, trigger your trauma. But as long as you know how to transmute that energy to work in your favor, that's where we want to stay, okay? Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords in your energy collective, then we have the Page of Cups in your person's energy, and just take whatever side resonates for you. And I'm going to read the 5 of Swords reverse as your energy, okay? The World reverse can have heavy fixed sign energy in your chart. That's Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Two of Swords and how to bring these two closer together. And then we have the Empress, Taurus energy in the reverse. The Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. The Ten of Wands. I've said this to you guys before. I know I have. This feels like an energy of you thinking someone is your divine counterpart and they're not your counterpart. And I think you're coming out of that, but I feel like a part of you is hurt by that. Like, you thought you knew who it was. You thought you knew who you were going to spend the rest of this lifetime with, is what I'm getting. And I'm mostly getting that on your side, collective. I see your person wanting to make an offer to you because they're starting to wake up to like their spiritual side. They're starting to wake up to their like emotional connection within themselves. Okay? Because I feel like your person has been doing a lot of shedding and purging. Like, I feel like they've been coming, like, the past year of doing these readings. I just feel like your person was battling back and forth of what to leave behind and what to try to take with them. But I think they've finally gotten to a point where they're starting to trust their soul, trust their intuitive side, which you have been doing for a very long time, collective. Your energy has been, like, very, like, it's always mostly, for the most part, flowed. But recently it feels like you're on the divine masculine energy side where you're still trying to work through something, and then your person is in their divine feminine energy where they're trying to connect more deeply. It just feels like your masculine energy is a little bit imbalanced here because it feels like you were trying to hope for something where they're trying to make this offer to you, and it could be an energetic offer, but you're not taking the offer because it's not from the energy you thought it was going to be. I know people have this huge thing about twin flames and being your twin flame being the person that you're meant to be within this lifetime once you meet them. I don't specifically believe that because of what I went through with my twin. We all know, like, deep down we all know who our twins are. Some people don't realize that a karmic relationship is not their twin flame, but I had so many signs and synchronicities about mine. It's crazy, right? And I don't believe me and him are meant to be in the 3D. I know in the 5D, like, we're good, we're cool, like, we're married in the 5D. I get that. But in the 3D, our lives went so different. But I feel like he was only meant to come into my life at this point right now was for me to have my awakening. And that's, like, that's what this feels like. Like, you might think that your twin flame is it, but there is a higher level, like, frequency soulmate here for you. Okay, now, I'm not saying that, like, everybody's not meant to be with their twin flames. It probably is. If your twins is on that frequency, if they've done the work and they did what they need to do and are not sleepwalking through life, that's beautiful, that's wonderful. But for a lot of people, their twins tend to sleepwalk through life and they don't wake up to their spiritual side. Look, we have the Queen of Cups on the bottom. I feel like that's your person waking up to this. So it feels like there's like a form of heartbreak. I don't want to say denial. I don't know if you we are at the time of this reading, we are in the beginning of Mercury retrograde, okay? So it's understandable to have this energy come through, you know, especially if your twin did come back and it was very triggering for you and you're learning how to release, right? Because I think when this person came back, you were expecting a specific outcome and it didn't happen that way, okay? So that was a deep channel. So with the Ace of Cups on the bottom there, you're going to have this new blossoming love that isn't what... It's just not what you thought it was going to be. And it might not even be the person. It might not even be a twin flame energy, but the twin flame energy is there, so I'm going to say it. It's just not who you thought it was going to be. And that, I feel like that hurt you in a way. Okay, but let's start clarifying. Spirit, please clarify the Five of Swords and the collective's energy. Thank you. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. There was disappointment. And you having to be honest with yourself. The Hermit. The Ace of Cups reverse. Yeah, the world. You closing out this chapter. Look, the Five of Swords upright, the Three of Swords, yeah. The Devil. The Fool. Have heavy Capricorn, Leo, or Aries in your chart. Also Virgo. You're moving on to more stable ground with the King of Pentacles. Okay? Like I said, this did hurt you, but you're learning to detach. And you know you have a new beginning somewhere else with the Fool there. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. Something could have happened. Like I said, I was getting forgiveness when I started the reading, right? The truth was revealed. The masks were taken off with the Seven of Swords. You see clearly now what you couldn't see before about whatever energy this is that I'm picking up on, because it's not your person. This feels very separate right now. You've always gone into an energy of isolation when it comes to whoever this energy is, and now you more so have come to an energy of groundedness and knowing how to move forward. You realize like there was no growth in it with the Sun in reverse. There was no happiness. There was no fulfillment. It was just like a hard no. And even though that hurt you, it might have even stressed you out. You're learning to detach with the Devil in the reverse. You know that there's something better for you. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. You know that there's something better for you on the other side of it. So if you had some form of a old connection come back to you, and literally like the retrograde just started, I literally had a situation where I didn't necessarily see my twin flame on the first day of the retrograde, but we went to a store that we never go to in like his old neighborhood. I don't even know if he lives there anymore. And when we went to that store, we turned down the wrong street, and we happened to turn onto the street of his neighborhood where his parents live. And I frequented that house when me and him were together. And when I saw the house, I literally just laughed, because I was like, it's Mercury retrograde. This just happened. Of course, I'm going to have some type of energetic something that happens in regards to him, right? So I thought that was just funny. But I laughed it off. I let it go, because I feel like Spirit wanted to see if it was still going to trigger me in some way, right? And that's what this feels like. It feels like there was an energy of a trigger, and there was disappointment, but then you quickly got yourself out of it with the Five of Swords in the reverse. You felt the pain, you felt the hurt, but you were like, you know what? I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to keep pushing forward in my stability, in my abundance. Okay, yeah. You talk to your higher self. You got to tune with your intuition. With the High Priestess here, you have heavy Pisces in your chart, but you're doing okay. It was just a moment of like, I thought this was it. I thought this was the moment, but it wasn't, because I know there's something better out there for me. Okay? In your person's energy, we have the Page of Cups. Spirit, please clarify the Page of Cups for me. None of those flipped. Like, none. Clarify the Page of Cups for me, Spirit. Thank you. The Fool, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Cups is giving like an offer to me. The Tower, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands. The Devil flipped upright. Holy crap, it must have fell at that point. Judgment reverse. It feels like your person wants to make an offer, but they're at a standstill right now. With the Devil there, I feel like they think that they're not ready. They know what their happiness looks like on the other end, and they want to go towards it with the Knight of Wands. But they're at a standstill right now. Because even though they know what they want, they're not necessarily too ready. Yeah, they have the Seven of Swords on the break too. They're not too ready to make an offer. They're not ready for the change just yet. They know what they want. They know the choice that they need to make. But the Page of Cups is giving me an offer, but it's also giving me the student, because that's what the pages are. They're still learning how to not be in imbalanced ego with the Queen of Wands in the reverse. They're staying still and not changing, even though they want to take this leap towards you. I don't know if if they met you in a 3D, or they've been having dreams and they're just like ready for the offer to come about, but they know at the same time there's something within themselves that they still need to work on. Okay, so they might have gotten triggered by something in the 3D. Like, I feel like they got triggered into like, okay, now I finally realize what kind of relationship I want. Now I finally realize what kind of life I want to lead. I know how I want to lead in my next relationship with my person. They're trying to find their confidence. It feels like they're trying to find their confidence on the, like I said, the intuitive side and the nurturer side. So their divine feminine. They're trying to nurture themselves through that. I feel like they feel like they know that their masculine side is more balanced than their feminine, and they're trying to find that connection. Okay, because I keep breaking on the the King of Wands. So for me, that's them being confident in their masculine side, but in their feminine side with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, they're not so confident in that. So they know that they can't bring about change the way they want with the Tower in the reverse, even though they know, like, now, like, I know what my Ten of Cups is. I know what I want to go towards, but there's still an unhealthy cycle within me that I need to learn from, and I can't rush in. Okay, they're facing their shadow with the Devil flipping upright. Okay, so they're learning. They're in the process of learning. Like, you went through like a triggering moment in the 3D, which caused you to go through something, and for you to like quickly like get over it and be determined, and they're doing this as something similar. It's like having realizations on both sides, which is good. In the energy of the relationship, we have the World reverse. Spirit, please clarify that for me. So all major arcana, we have the Hierophant Taurus energy, the Hangman Pisces energy, the Magician Gemini Virgo energy. That was too much, but I saw the Emperor just now. The Three of Cups to the Seven of Cups reverse. The Two of Wands, Death. There it goes. Death reverse, the Emperor, so Scorpio and Aries energy. The Four of Wands, Temperance, and the Ten of Swords, and then the Nine of Wands. Yeah, in the energy of relationship, I feel like intuitively you guys know that commitment can't happen until certain things have closure. Like, for some of you, like I said, the energy of twin flames, like you thought that you and your twin were going to be in union at some point. And like I said, union in the 5D, beautiful, wonderful, great, but the 3D union may not happen, and that's okay. And you had that realization. They are learning about themselves, what they want, how to nurture and care for themselves in the way that they will want their divine feminine to come in and nurture and care for them. Okay, so it's like closing out these old cycles, closing out these old beliefs and thought processes, looking at everything from a different perspective. Okay, just building the life that you know that you want and that you're manifesting, but no confusion, no illusion, knowing that you're making the right choices, right? But like I said, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse, so there's a standstill right now in the energy because transformation has to happen. It feels like the masculine side is very balanced, but at the same time, like, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the higher version of the Emperor. But like I said, temperance has to happen. Balance has to happen here. Okay? Yeah, and a lot of healing from past pains, from old hurts. You guys are on the go. Like, you want to come into union so bad, Nine of Wands. Like, so determined. But you know that there has to be a change in perspective to build this in the way that you want. So there's an old chapter, an old belief system that needs to be closed out, yeah, before your Ten of Pentacles could come in, before your happily ever after could come in. Okay, like I said, my old Devil energy with lust being the overall up here. Okay, but you guys are on the right path. You're doing the right thing. You're acknowledging these unhealthy habits and what needs to change, and that's a beautiful energy to be in. You're almost there to closing that door. And how to bring you two closer together. We have the Two of Swords. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Swords for me. The Devil. The Nine of Cups. The Three of Wands. The King of Cups. Judgment, Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Justice. Yeah. Not turning a blind eye to the things that made you unhappy for the things that didn't work out. Right? Like I said, you guys are facing your shadow side. You're facing something that never had any growth. Nothing that ever moved forward. Something that caused delay for this union to come in. Something that didn't have enough love, growth, prosperity into it. Right? It feels like with Judgment in the reverse, it was something that you left the door open for. Even though in your heart of hearts you knew that it wasn't your end all be all, but you hoped it would be. It always kept you at a standstill. You always thought the cup was going to come back. But you realized that you had to nip that in the bud. Queen of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles. And it was a long time coming. You know what brings you closer to this justice, what brings you closer to this balance is facing this shadow and saying, okay, I did hold on to that for a long time. I saw it as a delayed opportunity or a missed opportunity that will come back to me in divine time. And when it finally came back to me, I realized that there was no growth in it. Nothing had changed. And now I have to let that go. There's no more turning a blind eye to it with the Two of Swords. There's no more not seeing it clearly or seeing it for what it is. Okay, now you're making a decision on this hurt me, this caused me delays, and now I have to let it go. I have to set myself free. Yeah, breaking on justice again. Closing this door brings imbalance for me and brings me closer to real, divine, true union with my person. Okay, no more unhappiness, no more making your inner child unhappy. This just feels like you're understanding now, like what you thought you wanted and what you thought you knew was just never meant to be. And you know that your higher power has something better for you as soon as you close this chapter, as soon as you close this door on the something that was not enough for you, something that didn't deserve you. Okay, and the potential, we have the Empress reverse. Spirit, please clarify that for me. Thank you. And we have the Six of Wands. Ooh. The Ace of Wands. The Page of Swords. The Sun, Leo energy, and the Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Cups. Once you really see and learn that whatever this energy was that had no growth in it with the Empress in reverse, once you see that it wasn't for you and you learn this lesson and you close out this karmic cycle for yourself, okay, and that's on both ends. Like, your person is learning how to be in balanced Empress energy. You're learning that something had no growth, something had no real genuine abundance within it. Okay, and once you guys learn that, you're gonna have something come in for you. It's not giving like union, but it's giving something, like I said, that 2 minutes after midnight energy, like confirmation, that clarification, something as you close out this karmic cycle. Okay, you're gonna realize, like, wow, in the long run this really didn't work out. This was really, it could be, because twin flames can turn karmic. They could turn into a karmic twin flame. So always remember that this was like some form of a karmic cycle that you were in for a long time. It feels like you're going to realize how unhappy it made you. I even feel like you're going to get some type of confirmation from your inner child on this as well. And like I said, this goes for both sides. Learning what's growing in your life and knowing what isn't. Okay? And you're going to get some type of like beautiful confirmation from Spirit. Advice for the collective, Spirit. Thank you. Chariot, Cancer energy. The The Emperor reverse, Aries energy. The Five of Wands reversed. The Ten of Cups. The Queen of Cups. The Five of Cups and the Lovers, Gemini energy. On the bottom we have the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. The Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. You know what this is giving me? For the ones where this is like a karmic relationship, a karmic twin flame, someone that you thought that you were going to live your life with, okay, this person is always going to come back in some way, whether it's energetically or in the 3D. They're always going to come back in some way, and Spirit is saying you have to learn how to combat that, because it's always going to feel so heavy. Like, soon as you step into this new love for yourself, this new love that you fought so hard for with that Nine of Wands there, as soon as you get into balance with this energy, with your real divine counterpart, this person is always going to come back some way, shape, or form. Like I said, for me, it was energetically. I ended up driving past his house on accident because my aunt drove down the wrong street or made the wrong turn, and I realized I was in his old neighborhood. I didn't see him per se, but that was an energetic thing that happened, right? It's always going to come up like that. And Spirit wants you to remember that you are more balanced and you are healed from this. So every time this energy comes up for you, whether you hear their name a million times a day, or if you went to a restaurant that you and that person frequented, or whatever the case may be, don't let it make you stuck. Don't let it have you get in your head. Don't let it be a burden to you, because you healed from it already. You realize all the love that you poured into it just made you come in more balance with yourself. And as you welcome in your happily ever after with your actual divine counterpart, there is always going to be some form of like a trigger there, and eventually the energy will get smaller and smaller, as you move forward. But the more that you get happy, the more that this person is going to try to come back. I'm getting like energetically, not really in the 3D, but it might be some instances where it is the 3D. I remember when I was really starting to let my twin go, I ran into him at a concert, at a K-pop concert. And I was not expecting to see him there. And I forgot that his younger sibling liked K-pop too, right? Threw me off so bad. And that was a trigger for me at the time, because I was starting to really get over it, but I wasn't fully over it. So when I saw him, it just brought back so much stuff, right? But don't get in your head. Spirit is saying to release it, okay? But as soon as you step into this new love, as soon as you get closer to it, I feel like this energy is always going to come back to you and try to prevent you from moving forward. And that's just the many lessons that we will continue to get throughout our lifetime. And I know it's annoying to hear that, you know, to hear like energetically this person is always going to be somewhat attached to you. But eventually it will get to the point where it's nothing but a hum or a whisper that you could barely hear anymore. It's going to get to the point where you don't even think about this person, right? Because you're going to be in union with your actual divine counterpart, and that's going to overpower anything, right? But there are going to be some times where Spirit brings this back around to you to see if you get triggered, and the Spirit is wanting you to stay in that healed place with the Five of Cups in the reverse. They want you to stay in that balanced place with the Lovers here, okay? And even if it's not a twin flame, if it's just like a karmic relationship that you thought was a twin flame, or you just thought was your end all be all, they're eventually going to just poof, go away, because most karmic relationships do, as long as you don't give it the energy, okay? Advice for the collective, advice. Look at that. We have the Sun and we have Sophia. So Sophia came out first. So we have Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. And then we have the Sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality. And the Great Mother on the bottom, which I love that energy. Just nurturing and caring for yourself, honestly. Sophia is 124, and then the sun is 128. Those numbers can be significant for you. The month of December might be a huge like movement and moment, okay, because I think the retrograde is going to be over around that time. I can't remember how long the retrograde is going to be. I'm not going to lie to you. But you're probably going to sit back at the end of December around Christmas time and really be like, I did that. Like, I got myself through that and it was totally fine. Sophia is a Greek word meaning wisdom. Sophia is thought to have been a force present at the time of creation and is often presented as a woman. This turns our patriarchal understanding of a soul male god responsible for creation on its head. In the Bible's book of Proverbs, Sophia says, I was present at the beginning of the creation, participating at the side of the Lord in the work of creation. Many scholars and art historians believe that the feminine figure beside God in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling is a representation of Sophia. The philosopher Rudolf Sinister, I don't know if I'm saying that right, believed that the ancient Egyptian mother goddess Isis was an incarnation of her. The galaxy overlapping the spiral of the rose on this card is a mystical representation of Sophia as the holder of the divine plan. The intelligence that tells the rose when to open and the planet how to spin also exists within you. This card brings with it a message to trust the intelligence that brought you here. Have faith that the blueprint of your destiny is already known. What secret dreams do you have? What are you being called to say yes to create? Sophia embraces the cosmos. She holds the blueprint of creation. No person or thing is left out. Call upon her to guide you. Rest in the intelligence that exists within yourselves. Trust that you know what to do. Trust the blueprint within. Allow the seeds of your destiny to guide you. Rose transmission. I trust in the divine plan. Activate the intelligence within myself and unlock and act on my most expansive destiny now. Okay, then we have the sun. In summer, when the sun is at its highest path in the sky, the rose is at its fullest. Her fragrance is sweet and the fruit is still to come. In this oracle, the sun represents life force, energy, vitality, confidence, success, positivity, delight, and the sheer joy of life. After it's left the fertile darkness of the soil, the future rose begins reaching towards the light of the sun, which plays its part in nourishing the rose as it reaches for its potential bloom. And it does this for us too. One of the greatest blessings is to feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to drink in the gold nectar of what life has for us, to take a moment to bask in being alive. This is your invitation to relish your aliveness, to embrace your fullness, your joyfulness, to enjoy the simple things in life, to make time to play, to be grateful for your body, to acknowledge the wondrous life force energy that's woven through all of life, to remember that your soul had a dream and your life is it. This is a wondrous card that heralds a time of playfulness, enjoyment, and bliss. The sun can also represent the inner child and be an invitation to have some fun. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to run free? What can you do to enjoy the simple things in life? When we allow ourselves the space to play, problems that were once unsolvable find solutions. How can you enjoy your life more? What can you do just for fun? Yeah. Just like I said in the beginning, because on the Sophia card it says following the divine plan, right? Just remember you're staying the course to find your happiness with the sun here, right? To find your overall peace in life, and make sure that your inner child is at peace, right? Because we had the sun show up multiple times in this reading. All right, you had something that might have triggered your inner child to retreat after you had found some type of peace, and whatever the situation was that you found yourself in at the time of this reading, your inner child might have retreated. So you might have to just like meditate, do an inner child meditation, just reconnect to yourself again. Like I said, I feel like you guys recovered really quickly to remember what the divine plan is, to find your happiness again, to find that fulfillment again within yourself. It's all about taking those baby steps though. Advice for the collective. Advice for the collective, Spirit. Thank you. Take time to breathe out. Have faith in your dreams. Don't let your past hold you back. Communication is key. Gemini energy. Expect powerful change. Be bold and make the first move, and confidence is your key to success. Leo energy. The energy is gaining momentum. Advice. Advice for the collective, Spirit. Advice. Thank you. We have variance number 39. I've been called to read this one all day today, so I didn't get any like intuitive hits off of that. The different perceptions of ego and soul. Today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing but seeing it differently. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts, and when they don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt, because it is not the truth of you. It is not the perception of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are within your soul. If you are experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar and ready to receive your soul transmission. Yeah, I feel like you were triggered by this situation, by this person, whatever it is for you. Like, so I'm getting like slight twin flame energy there. And you know in your soul that it didn't feel right. And so your ego wanted this to work. Your ego wanted this to happen, but your soul knew that it wasn't right. Your soul knew that there was something better for you. Okay, so just always remember that your body is always going to tell you when something isn't right, so you have to pay attention. Okay, one of the things that people I've like heard before is like when we get butterflies with somebody, butterflies is like a form of rejection, versus when most people said they met their husbands or their partners, there was a calm that came over them. They didn't even get butterflies. They felt at peace when they met their person. So just kind of keep that in mind, because people said like the people who gave them butterflies were the most triggering, but the people who brought them peace, they ended up marrying and being with them for a long time. Advice for the collective. Thank you. A heart-to-heart conversation. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Have very soon clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This card has been coming out like every week. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So that's definitely inner child. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. We have, this could be the one you already met, the romantic partner you seek. And we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. On the bottom, give your relationship a chance. For some of you, like I said, I was getting an offer off of that page of cups. Some of you have already met this person. And if this is your twin flame, if this is your runner, them coming back energetically or in the 3D triggered you into not knowing what to do and not knowing if you want to take this offer. That's for some of you. And Spirit is saying it's time for release. There's something here about your divine counterpart that helps you get your inner child balanced, get this sun upright. Okay, but you have to close out this cycle of thinking that this person from your past is meant to be in your life in some way, shape, or form, because they're not yet. That cycle has ended. That cycle has passed. It was a karmic cycle, and it's time to move on. For some of you, you have met your divine counterpart in the 3D. And I feel like they came in at the same time as your like this karmic relationship, this twin flame, whatever it is, right before they were about to make an offer, and it triggered you. Advice for the collective. Okay, so we have planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. Okay, planetary wave is number 116. January 16th or November 6th could be significant. The month of July. No, I was going to say the month of July could be significant because I didn't mean to say that. The month of August as well. 8s were really important in the general read. So if 8s means something to you, you might need to check out that reading. Your soul chose to come into this body on this planet at this moment in time. You didn't come here on your own. You are part of a larger soul team. Sometimes it can feel as if it's just you in this thing all alone, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You're one droplet in the vast ocean of consciousness, here to flow with life. You're being called to trust the current of your own river and to answer the call deep within. Take off the weight of responsibility that you need to travel this life on your own. Call in the ones who get you. Realize that you are part of a larger team. You are but one thread in the tapestry of life. Your mission is clear. Keep doing what you're called to do. You'll never know the full impact that your being here on this planet will have, and it's already having. Keep trusting that the call deep within. Keep trusting the call deep within. The more you embrace who you truly are and surrender to the flow with the current you're being called to, the easier it will be for people to find you, like two rivers that meet, and remember that they are made of the same thing. You're not alone in your calling. Healing Waters affirmation. I trust my inner calling and play my part in the greater plan. Yeah, you have to remember what the divine plan is. You and this person coming together helps the collective consciousness vibrate higher, okay? That is part of your soul mission. It's not just about like divine love and everything like that, but what you do every day to work towards union with self, and then union with this person, union with soul tribe, brings the collective consciousness of the world higher. So always remember that that's the soul mission, that's the plan. Advice for the collective. Have chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. Soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. None of those look. Awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. Wait, it's not time. The time is not quite right. Woof. Could not get that out. Finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. And then unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you what you deserve. I feel like I said, you guys are working on things right now in the 3D, because certain chapters have to close, but Spirit just wants you to know that things are going in your favor. Okay, I feel like this is going to be like a friendship that blossoms into something beautiful, because you two are still working through things. I feel like some of you have met your person, but like there's just some triggering aspects of Mercury retrograde at this time that's going to hold it back from coming to union right now. And whenever you find this reading, it could be for you. This could be like during another Mercury retrograde when you find it. Not exactly this one at the time of my recording, but things are changing. Things are happening. It's just like I said, it's at a standstill. Did I say that in this reading? I feel like I said that in another reading, like a TikTok reading or something. Check my TikTok if you feel called to. Something is at a standstill. I can't remember. I think I said that in the general reading too. I can't remember. I said it in something. Advice for the collective. Advice for the collective. Thank you. Higher heart activation. Dropping shields. Divine love. Your heart is healed. Then we have soul star activation. So you can need to meditate on either both of those chakras, okay? Higher heart is number 88. Didn't I just say 8s might be important? I said that because they were important in the last reading too. So some of you may need to watch the general reading. Okay. You have experienced much fear, separation, and heartache in your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up, but have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. This card shows you have realized that love isn't something you have to work for or search for, but your divine inheritance. You have also recognized that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences, but in your natural state of being. The more you close off, the more you close off from your true self. The more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed. The more you express the love you are, the more it is reflected back to you. Love is your truth. Yeah, and I feel like this was your realization today. Like, I feel like once this energy came back around, in whatever way, shape, or form it did, you would trigger, but you bounce back so quickly because you realize that this energy could no longer affect you in the way it used to. Like, you had that small pause, but I didn't remember. At the end of the day, I just remember, like, here, like, you remember who you are, you know, like that type of energy. Advice for the collective. We have blame. I accept the responsibility for my well-being. You have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. You have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Didn't I just say this was going to turn into like a beautiful, wonderful friendship? Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Relationship. Both of these cards came out in the general too. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. On the bottom we have gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities it brings. Yeah. But blame and worry coming out, I feel like I said, that was you in the moment, but then you were met with judgment and you realize that you have something better on the other side. I feel like a part of you thought about this person, your divine counterpart, when this happened. And you realize that, like, I do have something better on the other side of this. I just have to be patient with myself. I have to keep loving myself and keep going to my journey within for this to happen. And it helped your person learn a lesson too with that Page of Cups. But they also knew to hold back from offering you anything at this time because there was something that you were going through, because you two are energetically, like, in sync and understand each other. Advice for the collective. Advice. Okay, we have serendipity in the reverse, number 18. Every time this card comes out, I think of Jimin from BTS. Okay, so this is in the reverse. I have to read the protection message. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one. Yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There's really a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. Yeah. That oracle always sums up the readings for me. It's been a while since I felt that way, but it usually does. Advice for the collective. Advice. So we have within the next few weeks. Let go, ask others for help. in the near future. Get more information. Yeah, so if you had a yes or no question on your mind, Spirit is saying yes. On the bottom, we have not the right time. Affirmation of advice, Spirit. Affirmation of advice. Thank you. Peg Tourmaline. I attract authentic relationships that help me heal, and I accept their love candidly. I love that. And then we have I heal my heart through forgiveness and fill it with unconditional love. I love both of those. Those hit. I've been called to pull both because this one for me is like a higher self affirmation. And those are more grounded. Affirmation of advice for the collective, Spirit. Thank you for all your messages today. Thank you. Oh, there's 3. I'm not afraid to step into the edges of my comfort zone. I release control of my plans to make way for my destiny. That one came out in the general too. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to choose them. I'm the guardian of my happiness. Like I said before, if you feel called to watch the general, please do, okay? Alright, collective, I hope that this helped. I hope that it resonated. If it did, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for being here with me and making it to the end of this reading. If you feel called to book a personal with me, like I said in the beginning, all the information is in the description box below. You guys stay safe. You guys stay blessed. And I will see you in the next reading.